the unforgettable event of Ghazwat Badr, or the Battle of Badr. As Muslims endured patiently and for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the persecution and all the agony that they had to endure and go through as they were in Mecca at the hands of the polytheists of Quraysh. But they endured, and with an unshakable resolve, they showed patience and forgiveness. And later, as they migrated to Medina, and when the tribes of Quraysh, and as they tried to also transgress against the Muslims, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed Muslims to repel this evil and to repel this transgression during the Battle of Badr, which took place during the month of Ramadan. With this, it becomes evident and very clear beyond any doubt that the month of Ramadan is not to be blamed for inactivity or unproductivity. But as a matter of fact, unfortunately, this is due to the unhealthy habits and the lack of discipline that some people are accustomed to, like staying up all night and eating so much, and by the end of the day, they woke up very exhausted and unable to perform and to act and to do the duties of their work efficiently and effectively. So obviously, fasting and observing the fasting of the month of Ramadan cannot be used as an excuse to legitimize inproductivity. And this is due to a very important thing, and that's fasting has the undeniable effect of charging people's spiritual energy, and thus having them to be more in a position to be more productive and more active and more in a position to be actively engaged in fulfilling their duties. And also we have the example of the 10th of Ramadan war, which took place on the 6th of October during the year 1973, as also the great Egyptian army and the Egyptian troops had to take this war, and with the aid of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Egyptian army emerged victorious, and also the Egyptian troops, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala support and protect all of them, they emerged victorious as they were fasting the month of Ramadan. So still, this is a living testimony that the month of Ramadan and seeking the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a reason for more productivity and more being in opposition to carry out good deeds and to be constructive and not the other way around. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be of those who fast and observe the fasting correctly and following the example of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect and safeguard all of the arms of the Muslims, and also protect all of our Muslim and Arab nations, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala maintain their unity, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower all of the people of the world with His mercy. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for peace and serenity to be the widespread and prevalent all over the world. This is all the time that we have for this episode. We leave you in the care of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And finally, reminding you that you can watch this episode and the previous ones on the official Facebook page and the rest of the social media. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.